went to India, that dissolved, and I realized that I'm merely a servant, das anu das anu das, servant of the servant of the servant. That in America we have spirituality that it's still all sense gratification, even though we're using in Mayapur especially, because I have my pair of roller skates and I would hold on to rickshaws and they could drag me around all over Mayapur.
Yeah.
So only a few times rickshaw wallahs would be like, "Oh, chalo, get off," but most of the time they would laugh and smile.
Good. So you start following the 4 regulative principles in Krishna consciousness, and it actually changed your life, right?
Yeah, it was gradual up until I went to India, and then it happened so fast. But yeah, when I was in Mayapur, I was like, why is everybody judging me? Because I had dreadlocks, and I had tattoos, and piercings, and I was intoxicated. But I didn't know. I was just in the temples thinking that, like, oh, they're chanting Hare Krishna, why would they judge me? But then I realized that I was holding on to this image of myself. And then once I saw that this image was actually my ego protecting itself, then that ego started to dissolve, and I started to have some realization. And
Yes.
realized if I really want to serve at a higher capacity, that I will clean my appearance so there I can be more approachable by other people and serve much greater.
Got it. That's very nice. When you start with that spirituality, I'm sure you face some kind of negativity, like with the society, like just like everything was normal. Like, how was that adjustment part with the society? Like, you start a new journey.
Learned spirituality from a young age and at 18, but it was a different kind. It was in America we have spirituality that it's still all sense gratification, even though we're using yoga and crystals and tantra and Ayurveda and healthy foods. That it's still based in sense pleasure. So once I started to come to Krishna consciousness, realizing that instead of creating this image of myself that I'm spiritual and that I can offer spirituality to other people, that when I went to India, that dissolved. I realized that I'm merely a servant, das anu das anu das, servant of the servant of the servant, that I have no capacity to show any others, and any capacity that I do have to reach to others is only due to my teachers. Because I thought I knew so much and I was on this path and I could tell everybody anything and I knew everything, but realizing that it was all personal knowledge. All of my years of practicing spirituality, it wasn't actually based in truth, because it was me thinking I'm the controller, I'm the doer, I'm making this reality happen. And then once I was able to surrender to Shri Radha Krishna, then that all changed, where I could actually render service to the lotus feet of all the Guru Varga.
So the real spirituality is begin when you understand that you are not the controller. You are controlled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes, that's the issue, is that we turned our back on Krishna. We think, oh, because I've worked this much and I've earned this much money, and I'm going to spend this money on what I want and I'm going to enjoy how I want. But this is very limited consciousness. We can have all those things, but that's doing it, turning our back on Krishna. So once we engage our service in Krishna and have selfless service to others, and then anything we need for our spiritual practice is provided for, and then we realize that we don't need these material pleasures. Just like the Mahamantra is the Chintamani, it's the wish-fulfilling. But once we start chanting, Krishna will start to pay us off with our desires, but then we realize that we don't want these desires. We actually only want to be with Krishna.
Got it. So I'm sure you read also, like you start reading up to that Bhagavad-gītā, some scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam. You attend classes, right?
Yeah, right now I'm at a temple. We have Bhagavatam classes every morning. We go over the Bhagavad-gītā, the Mahaprabhu. So we have Mangala Arti, then we have Bhagavatam class, and then we chant our rounds, and then we take breakfast prasadam, and then we do our seva. So here at the community, we're taking care of cows. We have 20 ahimsa desi cows. We have a nice garden where we're growing all organic foods. We have a temple that's going. We're creating a Vedic village based on Prabhupada's vision of Van Arsham Dharma to actually make a sustainable devotee community. And we also have a food factory where we have a mass-scale prasadam distribution where we send vegan prasadam all over America.
Wow.
Foods. So, yeah, this is one of many things we're doing, and I just joined this project. So I'll mention also the projects I was doing in India. I just supported my friend, the new Krishna. Yesterday, I supported to feed cows in Vrindavan, and I also feed the dogs and the monkeys.
Wow.
I work with many incentives to cleaning Mayapur, cleaning Vrindavan, getting all the rubbish off the streets, making sure we don't burn plastics or put it in the water. It's not left for the animals to eat or all over the roads. So then also I work with Vrindavan Food for Life, where we help support children have food, have education, have medical, and as well as we're working with many farms in India for organic farming incentives. So what I do is I do different sevas in India, and then I come back to America. I work, I raise substantial funding, and then I send that money to India to support these fundraisers.
Wow, that's a great service. Like, this is actually really great service with the devotion. That's really amazing. Really appreciate your work.
When I first came to India, I actually wanted to escape the American lifestyle. So I thought, I'll come to India and I'll surrender and live in an ashram. But then I saw that in India, many people work so hard their entire life and it's very hard for them to get certain opportunities. And me just having an American passport and having different skills, that I had an ability to accumulate different resources and abilities that weren't attainable. So instead of being selfish and just staying in India and hiding out and just living a simple life, I was guided by Krishna to come back here and use all of my resources to help other people have these abilities that I have access to.
Okay, got it. So, may I know who is your spiritual master?
So right now, I've actually haven't formally taken initiation from anybody that I haven't found Sri Guru that has called to me. I took a spiritual name gift from Sri Mati Shamarani Didi. She's actually gave me the name Mahaprabhu Das and has engaged me in her seva. And so as I've asked her, I said, who at this time should I take initiation from? And she says, at this time, I actually can't recommend anybody. Because when Srila Prabhupada was here, and she served so intimately, when Srila Narayana Maharaj was here, she served so intimately, and Bhagavad Marti Maharaj was here, she served so intimately. But right now, there's not a guru on that caliber that she can actually suggest. So I'm barely under her guidance right now until I can find somebody that fully resonates with my heart and I can surrender and render service to me directly.
Right. So last question, Prabhu. When you'll be come back again at Mayapur?
I want to come as soon as possible. I have many friends from Mayapur texting me right now, and I'm still about to finish business there. But yeah, it's unfortunate with all this stuff going on. I hope this is all of this lockdown and all of this travel ban that it ends soon, and that we can continue to chant and dance in the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's golden age in the Hari Nam Sankirtan of the Yuga Dharma.
Yes.
So this is my wish, that we can inspire those, that everybody chants, and then we can break free from these demonic ways so that we can heal as a society and also live freely and abundantly with Krishna's mercy right around his mercy.
Yeah, well, I saw you last time at Mayapur. I didn't know that time, at that time I didn't know you. So you were with a roller coaster or something? Wait, I don't remember, really.
Yeah, I had rollerblades on. This actually made me very known in Mayapur, especially because I have my pair of roller skates and I would hold on to rickshaws and I'd make it drag me around all over Mayapur.
Yeah.
So only a few times rickshaw wallahs would be like, "Oh, chalo, get off," but most of the time they would laugh and smile and let me hold on. And then this way I didn't have to pay rupees and I got free rides everywhere I went.
Wow. So, thank you so much, Prabhu, for sharing about the spiritual wisdom, like how you came into that Krishna consciousness movement. And this is really wonderful to join with you with this conversation. This is really amazing. And yeah, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.